And we are back with Max Wetstein, Fitness Pro. Great to have you back again today, Max.
Good to be back.
For the 100th time.
Yeah.
We've got you here on the cover of Men's Health. What is this?
That is the Men's Health Ultimate Abs Guide for 2009. Men's Health has been really good to me. Big year. I'm also on their 2009 calendar. And now on stands in December, the Men's Health Big Book of Exercises. So,
yeah, Book of Exercise. That is a big book. So I also call you my favorite foot doctor.
Yeah.
Even though you're not a doctor, but you rescued me a couple of times lately with feet issues.
Yeah, you had a little bit of plantar fasciitis. Anybody who's kind of active is susceptible to that, prone to that. I was glad to help you treat yourself and hopefully cure yourself, and I suffered that as well. So
also known as what, heel spurs, I guess, is the common phrase that people use.
And
but I just had a darn pain in the heel, and it wouldn't go away, which never. I would say I have no aches and pains, and sometimes if I go hiking, maybe I've had it for a day or two on an ankle or something, but it wouldn't go away, and you.
A lot of people when they have it, it's heel pain. It shows that the main symptom is heel pain. They think they have a deep heel bruise or maybe even a stress fracture in their heel. Really, there's this tight band that maintains your arch of fascia, the plantar fascia, and that gets stressed or partially torn or just a little adhesion in there. And after a while, it can really tug on your heel bone and build up a bone spur. And so really you need to just relieve the pressure on the arch by having aftermarket insoles in your shoes or maybe even orthotics.
The rubber soles.
Lots of massaging of your arch, ice after.
You said it was a small hard ball, right? Like a tennis ball.
Right.
Like that, right?
Yeah, almost any small hard ball. I mean, a wine bottle, whatever. So a lot of athletes get it, and then if that doesn't work at night, you can sleep with your foot dorsiflexed, like at a 90-degree angle.
I didn't try that.
Night boots or night splints, and. Somebody had to educate me about it when I first got it.
So you've had this?
I've had it, and a doctor even misdiagnosed me at first, and then a good buddy of mine who's an endurance athlete turned me on to how to treat myself, and then I kind of pursued it from there.
Well, I was glad or relieved you said it doesn't require surgery because you're not concerned, and actually they say that a lot of times surgery will make it worse. So
well, a lot of times people don't want to put in the holistic treatment or the appropriate treatment, so they'll run out and ask for a cortisone shot, and that can actually make your plantar fascia more prone to rupture. And so you don't want that, complete tear.
And I will, just on the foot theme, I will mention, he also saved me. I was getting terrible, whenever I go on vacation, I just got back from Italy, I love walking, but I get terrible blisters on my feet. And it happens every time I go on vacation. And I thought, I know people who know what to do about this. I'm going to ask Max, because he helped me with the heel. And he said, it's your socks. I had these thick cotton socks on. And you said to get non-cotton, thin socks. And by the end of the trip was about a month. At the end of the trip, I was better off than on day 2 of the trip because I was walking 12 hours a day. And so you saved my feet in more.
I've definitely done my share of hiking, half marathons, even full marathons, and you want a tighter fitting, thinner sock that really adheres to your foot because you don't want friction between your sock and the foot. Any kind of friction you want between the sock and the shoe. So
I thought cotton would be good, but
well, there's synthetic blends and then wool blends that just whip the moisture away much better than cotton. So just no to cotton when it comes to socks.
No more cotton socks.
Yeah.
But HIIT, high intensity interval training. What's this all about?
Don't you like that fancy acronym? HIIT training. I'm really excited about it. I feel like I have this message to go out and tell everybody who's trying to get leaner. For a while there, a few years back, everybody was after this alleged fat burning zone. They're like, hey man, I'm going to wear my heart rate monitor and train. And
even now I hear that for cardio, you've got to be in the fat burning zone.
And there is such a thing as the fat burning zone. If you get your 70% of your max heart rate or lower, you're going to stay purely aerobic, low intensity, and you are going to burn more fat or use more fat for fuel. The problem is you're going to have to exercise forever to burn enough calories. And also what they're finding out now is the higher intensity you go, the more you start to build up lactic acid in your muscles. And when that lactic acid accumulates, that good burn, that burning sensation you feel in your muscles,
that's a good burn.
That directly triggers growth hormone secretion or growth hormone release. And growth hormone, everyone thinks, oh, big bodybuilder, I don't really need that. Well, it also happens to be a very restorative and a very powerful lean body mass hormone. You usually only get it secreted at night during deep sleep, but with high intensity exercise, you can accumulate the lactic acid, get that good burn, and then you're going to go ahead and get a direct.
So the burn is good. The more burn.
Yeah, it's a good burn. The other thing about going high intensity is it has really high exercise value, and what I mean is you get a lot of bang for your buck in a short amount of time. So if you're time limited, like we all are, it's better to go ahead and reach into that high intensity zone and get out of breath, get into oxygen debt, get into the anaerobic zone, if you will, not to get too technical, because what happens is you get this long-lasting recovery effect where your metabolism is elevated by as much as 20%, and then it decays down to like about 8% for the next 12, 16, even 24 hours. So even though you only exercised about 15, 20 minutes, you get this follow-on recovery effect where your metabolism stays elevated as your body's recovering, and that has a fancy acronym too. It's called EPOC, or excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. If you
made that up.
I don't want to get too technical. I did not make it up, but get to know EPOC and what it stands for. Basically, it's just a long-lasting recovery period. At first, you're in oxygen debt, then you're recovering, but your metabolism stays elevated for hours afterwards.
So what exactly does this mean when you're saying high intensity? I mean, do you have to run twice as fast, or? No, it doesn't. First of all, a lot of people, the intensity is based on your own fitness and my own fitness. So, for instance, you may run up the stairs and you're in a high intensity mode. I may have to walk up the stairs based on my own heart rate, or vice versa. See, that's the thing. You need to wear a heart rate monitor to verify your intensity level, to validate it, to make sure you're training safely. It's based on your own fitness. But you want to go high intensity, and the reason why they bring in the interval portion, interval portion, something like that,
because the high intensity levels we're talking about, people can't maintain that level of intensity for any more than like 1 to 2 to 3 or 5 minutes. So you have to recover, get your heart rate back down to say 70% of your max or less, and then you go ahead and do another working interval where you attain that extreme high intensity.
So just a few minutes, take a break.
Yeah, because you're not going to be able to maintain that very high intensity level that is the goal. Where your heart rate's getting up above 85% of its max, technically above your lactate threshold, so your lactic acid's accumulating. That burning sensation is building up.
So I guess I got to stop just getting on the treadmill, running outside, putting on my iPod, and just running. I got to vary it up a little bit. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. All that being said, some exercise is better than no exercise. Do something. If high intensity is not your thing, just going out for a walk is better than nothing. On the other hand,
low intensity.
Yeah, exactly. But on the other hand, I'm just trying to help people be more practical with their time and realize the powerful value of going high intensity. And it's not just a time thing. With low intensity exercise, you may burn a ton of calories, but you're not going to get a growth hormone hit or a growth hormone trigger. And remember, growth hormone is what's healing and restorative, and it's proven to burn subcutaneous body fat, that body fat under your skin. Growth hormone makes you leaner. So that's the goal, and you're not going to get that with low intensity.
Really. I'll run faster. You happy now?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Max Wetstein.
Yeah.
Dr. Prompter, do you have a gift for me?
I do have a gift real quick, and this fights inflammation. It's an ibuprofen, 15% ibuprofen-based cream, so you don't have to take the pills if you have some kind of inflammation associated with exercise. For instance, your plantar fasciitis. Rub that on. It's got some other good holistic anti-inflammatory homeopathic ingredients, so check that out.
Okay.
And real quick, if you want to learn how to get amazing abs like Max, I have a DVD out. Check it out. High definition, 30 minutes, what I'm all about.
It's called Amazing Abs. Max Wetstein. Thank you very much, Max. Once again. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next time.